quality of being humble. Today's society often places a great deal of importance on being successful and having lots of money.
While these are certainly admirable goals, they can also lead to a sense of arrogance and entitlement if we're not careful.
It's important to remember that no matter how successful or wealthy we become, we should always stay humble.
Hello, I'm Linnetta.
I'm Patrick.
And together we are co-founders of
Vertical Connections, Inc.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to subscribe.
Yes.
Everyone click the like button, the bell icon, and share this message.
Also, we greatly appreciate when you leave comments. We look forward to those in the future. Humility is the quality of being humble, modest, and respectful. Being humble doesn't mean that you lack self-confidence or self-esteem. Rather, it's a character trait that shows you have a healthy dose of humility.
Humility is an area of important character traits because it can help you build closer relationships with others and make you more approachable.
The definition of humility is having a modest, not lesser view of one's importance.
Humility is the quality of seeing one's own importance modestly. This is no way means thinking of yourself as a lesser being.
Pride and humility are two sides of the same coin. Pride makes you feel important and even superior to others. Humility, on the other hand, is sometimes misconstrued as making you seem small and even unworthy.
Being humble, however, doesn't mean that you're weak or passive. It means that your ego doesn't prevent you from appreciating what's right for you and others.
Humble people usually have a higher level of self-control and wisdom and can be more honest with themselves.
They're also more interested in learning when they make mistakes because they're less concerned with always appearing smart or threatened by other people's view or approach to things.
Humble people don't feel the need to put others down to make themselves feel better.
They're able to admit when they're wrong or have made a mistake and simply apologize. From time to time, they may even laugh at themselves when a person is humble. They're usually liked by others because they don't act arrogant or unnecessarily try to divert attention from others.
One of the easiest ways to recognize a humble person is to pay attention to how do they treat others.
Arrogant people often feel the need to belittle others in order to make themselves feel better. Humble people don't waste time putting others down. Instead, they try to lift themselves and others up.
While it's difficult to see yourself as arrogant, it's important to recognize any arrogance in your life so that you can work on being more humble and improving your relationships with others by treating them better.
Being humble makes you a more likable person.
Yes.
Most people don't like people who are full of themselves. They're often perceived as arrogant and self-centered, which makes those around them feel annoyed.
Ooh, yes.
Those with these traits can have a hard time making friends and building relationships with others.
On the other hand, humble people tend to be more likable. They don't exude arrogance, but are confident and modest about their abilities and accomplishments. As a result, they appear modest and down to earth, not only to themselves, but to others.
Humility also makes you more approachable because you're open to learning from others instead of being stuck in your own self-righteousness or superiority complex.
This makes it easier for you to make friends and learn from those around you, because they feel comfortable interacting with you instead of feeling threatened by your presence or intimidated by your behavior.
Being humble means that we don't need to prove anything because we are enough with who we are.
Although it sounds counterintuitive, humble people are more confident. They feel less like they've got to prove themselves to be recognized by others. Humility also makes you more likable and successful at work.
Having a sense of humility means you don't have to prove yourself to others because you already know who you are and accept yourself. Absolutely. You don't have to point out your accomplishments or belittle others because the person next to you doesn't take away from who you are as a person.
You can be confident with what you've got to offer without feeling threatened by others.
Humble people are more interested in learning and less concerned with threatening others with their different perspectives.
You listen more than you speak. Humble people are also less concerned with appearing smart and more interested in hearing what other people have to say. This allows them to absorb a greater amount of knowledge because they aren't caught up in their own ego trying to prove themselves right.
If you proceed in this way, disagreements can foster growth and collaboration within the team rather than separation or resentment.
You know what you don't know. Humble people are more likely to be honest about their strengths and weaknesses rather than trying to hide their weaknesses by pretending they don't exist.
For example, a modest person wouldn't say, "I'm very good at writing," but rather, "I'm pretty good at writing, but there's always room for improvement."
A lack of humility can lead someone to say, "I'm great at writing," while ignoring that he or she needs to improve in that area. You can't be honest about your weaknesses if you're also not honest about your strengths.
You're more open. Another reason humble people are more honest is that they're not afraid of feedback or of hearing where they can improve. They see feedback as a gift, an opportunity to improve.
They're not afraid to hear what they did wrong because that allows them to try something different next time and hopefully get better results.
Humble people are more likely to be happy and content with what they have.
If you live a modest life, you're less likely to covet your neighbor's new car or their fancy house. This can help you be happier and more content in life overall.
Humble people tend to adopt an attitude of gratitude and look forward more to what they have than what they don't. Research has even shown that mental health and well-being improves when you focus on counting your blessings.
When you stop comparing yourself to others and instead focus on being grateful for what you already have and realize how far you've come to achieve it, your self-esteem and self-worth are boosted.
Humble people are more likely to be respected by others.
They don't feel the need to prove themselves and constantly seek attention or be better than those around them.
They know they have faults, but they don't let those faults define them. People who are humble are quick to admit mistakes and gently help others get back on track when they too make mistakes. People who are humble apologize when necessary and mean it.
People who are not humble, on the other hand, struggle to admit that they were wrong, even if there is indisputable evidence of their mistake. They can also be seen bragging about their real or perceived successes at every opportunity.
Humble people are more likely to have strong relationships because they're not always looking for attention.
Humility is a strength to be admired. Just as you cannot be truly happy if you're always looking for more, you cannot have strong relationships with others people if you're always seeking their attention.
Humble people are content with the little things that make them happy, not being in the limelight.
Humility contributes to positive interpersonal relationships, personal development, and overall well-being.
It creates a foundation for collaborative and supportive environment, fostering growth and success in various aspects of life.
So, when in doubt,
Be humble.
We thank you for being with us today. If you've enjoyed this message and feel so inclined, click the thanks button below to support our channel. But until next time,
Get connected
to go vertical. Bye-bye.